talk about the Opster. And my friend Karl pointed out that I say nasty things about him on this program. I couldn't really argue with him. I know I know what he's saying. So I wanted to point out a nice thing about Who Are These Podcasts. Go watch it. I wanted to talk about it here, but I was like, I don't think they added anything. I don't think I could add anything that they didn't address.
Mm-hmm.
But they talked this week about what I think is the craziest Howard Stern clip ever. Now that I'm saying that, they may have not even done it justice. I think it's worse than the Pelican brief. So Howard had on Robert Smigel, or should I say Triumph, the insult comic dog.
Yeah.
And Triumph went backstage and roasted everyone at the Stern show.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's making jokes about Gary and Sal and Richard. And it was actually like kind of funny. So they posted that clip on Instagram or wherever. And it went like not viral, but like he got a good response. And I guess in the comments, people were like, holy shit, a good clip from the Howard Stern show? This is crazy. So Howard went on and goes, Robin, I can't do Howard. I was gonna try. Howard goes, I checked the Instagram because I thought that Robert Smigel clip was good. And he goes, and people are shitting on us. People are saying like the show hasn't been good in years. And he's like, it's like he's discovering this for the first time.
That's wild if that's true.
And you're kind of like, oh my God, Howard's acknowledging this? That's crazy. And then he goes, hey, what's Fred doing all day that he can't just delete all those comments when they go up? And that was a real question he had. He's like, why isn't the staff deleting those negative comments? And then he said he had a phone call with Jimmy Kimmel where Kimmel goes, yeah, my staff just deletes all those. And I think Karl or Adam Bush or whoever pointed out, like, I don't think Jimmy Kimmel would want that out there.
No,
because it was like a private conversation they had.
Oh, Kimmel.
So Howard is out of touch to a degree. I don't even know if we knew.
We did not.
How out of touch he was. He had no idea those comments were. And then Robin goes, yeah, I saw one that they think I'm just like your laugh track. And I was like, my jaw dropped when I was like,
oh shit.
Robin hasn't heard that for 35 years?
That's crazy.
How out of touch with these people? It was crazy. So I assume Karl put it out as a clip, or go listen to the whole show and find it. But it was a very interesting segment that I was like, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I thought it was the most interesting segment from the Stern show in like 10 or 15 years, probably.
When you first started saying it, I was like, holy fuck, he's gonna have an awakening.
No, I thought that too, where he's like, I thought the king was back. The king of all media woke up and it was like, these guys think I'm soft. You thought it was the moment where he pulled the scarf off his neck and the bracelets off his wrist, and the real Howard came back. But no such luck.
Real quick, Rick from New York, the one who said the thing about Burr's wife.
Yeah.
$5. Craig, I'll bet you $50 I'll be able to sneak blank past Casey next week.
If you put it on that prompter, Casey will read it. So Casey, be aware next week.
Well, it depends. They go back and forth on who reads them, so you might have a shot.
Oh, ELECTRA, empty net. You're getting that one passed.
She is Ron Burgundy. Read the prompter.
I almost wish we weren't saying this.
I know.
It's an empty net if you want to try and sneak those by.
Swish every time.
All right, shall we get into the Opster?
Yeah.
Sorry for that diatribe. Let's get into Opie. The reason I thought of that is because Opie brings up Karl and Anthony, because they've been talking about Opie recently. And if you remember, Craig, I don't know if you've been on when we've talked about this, but the Opster might be hard for you to believe. He's a touch jealous of Anthony's new radio gig.
Oh yeah, he is.
You believe that?
I haven't been on while that's been going on though.
Yeah. Well, you'll get a taste today. You tell me if you think this is a man who is slightly jealous of his old radio partner. But that's all his chat asks him about is Anthony. or all his chat cares about, I should say. I'm sure they're, hey, do you like, is a hot dog a sandwich, Ope? You know, I'm sure those come in. But all anyone gives a shit about is what Opie has to say about Anthony. And so he indulges us.
Just started listening to Oda. Congrats on the new ABC gig. All right, thank you. Through and through. I literally don't give two shits if Anthony's doing part-time radio on an AM station.
Why can't you take that as a joke, Opie? Opie, you're not on WABC. Don't you see? The guy said, congratulations, your new gig on WABC. It's not you. It's fun. You can have a little fun with it.
I do love that the Anthony show has already been syndicated and extended an hour every week.
Yeah. It is weird. I wonder if the plan was just like, all right, let's just make sure you won't say the N-word in the first 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, because it all happened very quick. So they must have known, like, okay, if this doesn't go horribly, we're obviously going to give him more and more opportunities.
Maybe this will actually be the Anthony and Norton show.
They're doing it together next week, maybe soon.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gives a crap. All right. Oh my God, did I get a super chat? Is it super chat Friday? I got a couple super chats. Okay. All right. Let me.
This man's in a beautiful Manhattan apartment, 500 feet above the city.
No, he's on the ocean today.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's in the Hamptons. I apologize. Silly of me. He's on a beach in the Hamptons. He's like, oh, is that $2? Is this a super chat Friday?
Imagine being so comfortable that you have those two places and you're like, yeah, I'll just do this for fucking fun.
Yeah, well, he gets into his finances, which is an interesting logic that he has. But.
Uncle, he's one of mine. This FU goes out to Karl and Anthony. Sam Roberts has more views and listens than Cumia's radio show. It's a fact,
Not
Jack.
true.
Karl really is.
Well, hold on. It probably, if you add them up, it probably is true because Sam's on 5 days a week in the morning.
Oh, I thought it was like a per episode or a video or something.
Well, but the thing is, this guy is fucking with Opie, where he's like, oh yeah, well, Sam and Anthony's numbers have come in, and it seems Sam is beating him. It's like there's no metric that is measuring both of them. It doesn't make any sense.
Sure. E-Rock almost has the same viewers as Cumia's radio show. Oh, damn, man. You don't like the Cumia, huh? I would say I've never listened to Karl. I think he's, honestly, I think he's just a fucking joke.
How would you know that?
Never
listened to.
Craig, pick a political guy that like Jerry loves, because I'm sure I haven't. Try and think of a name I wouldn't know.
Charlie Kirk.
Oh, what a scumbag that guy is. Ask me my favorite bit.
What's your favorite bit?
Never heard of him.
Yeah.
I've heard the name. I never listened to him.
He does a great thing where he goes to college campuses and debates.
Oh, that's him?
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
What a joke. Fuck that guy.
Jack Basovic. I don't even know his name. I don't like him.
That sounds made up to me.
Yeah.
I hate him.
Yeah, he sucks.
Fuck him. But you see my point? Yeah. You can't think the guy's a joke. It's like Brendan just did this.
Right.
Where he's like, Matan, I love him. Think he does an amazing job. No idea who he is. Well, those can't both be true. If you think Karl's a joke, say, I only watch him when he covers me, and I think he's way off. That's completely in bounds for the Opster to say. If he's like, I think he's trying to do a jocktober thing, he's not as good as we were, whatever Opie wants to say. If he said that, that's fine.
He's pretty gay.
He's very gay. He has wood paneling behind him. His wife is older than him, and that's hilarious for some reason.
I did see that your attempt to hide yours has fallen through the cracks.
My wood paneling?
Yeah.
Yes, I've hit it so much.
Closeted wood paneler.
Hey, no, it's green screen. I'm making fun of Karl and how gay he is. But no, like if Opie wanted to say like, hey, I don't really know what he does, but if it's all as bad as when he covers me, then he has a pretty shitty show, or whatever the fuck he wants to say. That's fine. You can't go, that guy's a joke. He's a joke. I don't even know what he does. I've never seen a minute of it. Well, how's this anger lining up then?
A second of his garbage. But I would say, yes, Sam Roberts has more listeners than Cumia's part-time radio gig. Yeah, I would have to say that, even though not a fan of the Sam. Your drunk uncle. Thanks for
What is that? Why he's done that for a very long time. What is that?
What?
Well, you don't like the Sam. You don't like the Cumia.
That's just Opie.
No, but why? What is he doing?
He says stuff weird, like radio.
The Craig is with us today. Why everyone's the? I don't get it.
I have no idea. I can't explain this guy.
It's very puzzling. And I got to tell you, it is different. Because sometimes I think like, oh, it's crazy we didn't notice it to this extent when Opie and Anthony was on. It's way different now. This is a cartoon of a man that we're watching.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
we played those clips of Bobo. We just did an episode about Bobo on Why You Laughing.
Mhm.
And Opie actually he's like, I'm not saying I was slapping my knee, rolling around on the ground, but he delivers lines that are passable. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, he said a couple things where you weren't like, oh my God, Opie's ruining the show. He was contributing to it, at least in a way that was like avoidable. You know?
I have never been blanket statement Opie ruined O&A.
No, neither have I.
It's just like some segments.
He contributed something. There's a reason them on their own hasn't been the same as all of them together.
I will say though, when Cumia goes live on YouTube or something, there is a fuck ton of views.
Oh yeah, well, because Kumia's talented.
Right. So I'm saying like one has had success going on.
He, like, even if like the worst you could say about Anthony is you don't like his politics or you wish he didn't go as hard at like the race stuff and stuff. Like, that's the worst you could say about Anthony. You can't say he's bad at it.
It's pretty convenient.
Opie, this is a cartoon of a man. What'd you say?
Yeah.
What's convenient?
It's very convenient that once the ABC job happened, Cumia's Twitter has lightened up a lot.
Oh, is that right?
Oh yeah. They're probably like, "Hey, cool it."
just don't call them animals, Anthony, please. But good for Anthony if he's reasonable enough to be like, all right, fine.
Or if you're gonna call people animals, mix in some whites.
Yeah, mixing a white every once in a while.
Yeah. This is Opie talking about Cumia's salary.
So I don't know if anyone knows this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, this number just might be made up out of thin air.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear Anthony refute this, but I didn't hear him say it's true either.
Think of how much money they used to make.
Yeah.
He got syndicated already and they extended it an hour. I believe this number.
That's a lot, though, that they have to make up.
But think about the I've been listening here and there to the podcast version of the show. I don't listen to it live, obviously.
Yeah.
So they get ads there. It probably adds up.
What's 150,000 divided by 50?
So this super chat, I don't know if Opie reads it in this clip, says Anthony's making $1,442 an hour. That's what it breaks down to.
Yeah, so the reason I asked that is I'm trying to do the math of what they'd have to make in advertising. I guess that's not impossible, right?
That's not impossible at all.
If he's on a bunch of different stations and the podcast and stuff.
He probably makes that he probably makes way more than that in ads just on the radio.
Yeah. It might be smart of them just from a podcast perspective.
Right. There's a few people like Anthony, Opie, if he was with Anthony, that if they went onto radio, it would actually bring people to listen to it.
Right. It might be, yeah, now that I'm thinking, it might be smart of them from a podcast perspective, even if no one's listening on the radio, which I'm sure isn't the case. But like Sunday nights, I realize they're not a primetime slot. So even if no one's listening on the radio, their podcast downloads, I don't imagine there's anyone else at WABC doing anywhere close to what Anthony could do with that. So, like, Anthony actually has an audience that lives online where none of those other, AM talk radio guys have that. So
I wonder if he's cracked the top 200.
I wonder.
He might have. I'll check while this one's playing.
You do that.
Good morning, Ope. It is now confirmed WABC paying Ann $150,000 per year for working only 2 hours per week. Excuse me. That means Ann is making $1,442.30 per hour. Not too shabby. I doubt it. I doubt Anthony's making $150,000 to do a 2-hour show once a week. I strongly doubt that. But with that said, I don't I don't care if it's true, and I don't care if it's false.
This is how people talk when they don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care if it's true. I don't care if it's false. Like, this is not what I do when Alba's like, hey, we're out of garbage bags. I don't go, no, we're not. You're lying. They're in there. If I want to go in the pantry, and if they're in there, I don't even care about this. This is not the tone people have when they don't care about something.
I'm realizing I'm looking this up for a show that came out a week ago, so it probably wouldn't be on here. I'd have to check tomorrow or Tuesday.
Well, get back to us. Run the numbers and get back to us.
I will. I'll run the numbers.
All right.
His life. Oh my! I have nothing to do with the guy. I've been gone a week.
This is so great.
It was glorious.
This is like if I said. By the way, it's actually not like this because these two guys have been tied together for 30 years now. But like I mentioned earlier, we did a bunch of videos about Anthony Jeselnik.
Yeah.
And then today, people were like, "Hey, did you see Tony Hinchcliffe talked about Anthony Jeselnik?" And I go, "Why? Why are they doing this? Why are you asking me about that?" And it's like, well, because a bunch of your videos were about this exact topic. You titled them, you put a thumbnail up so we would click on it because of the topic, and then you did it again next week because people seemed interested in it. So take that, the example I gave with Anthony Jeselnik, and pretend me and Anthony have been tied together for 3 decades. Like, don't act like there's no reason you're talking about this.
2 observations from looking at the top 200. War Mode is a top 200 podcast now. That's incredible.
Good for them. That might have to do. They were on. Do you see whose show they were on this week?
No.
They were on with Roan.
Were they really?
Yeah.
No shit. I'm gonna go watch that.
They said I didn't see the clip till this morning. So if I saw it earlier in the week, we probably would have had it today.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't have time to go through the whole podcast.
I need to see that so bad.
They said they give a bunch of examples as to why Shane is a CIA operative.
And having one episode come out a week ago, Anthony Cumia show, number 183 at the current moment.
There you go. Good for Anthony. Where's Opie on that list?
I don't see him.
Damn it.
I don't see him. Jim Norton, 190.
There you go. Good for Jim.
Wow. Weird.
I'm sure Opie's 201.
So, dude, honestly, if Anthony and Jim were back together, it would be a top 10 easily.
I've gotten to the point now where I almost rather just once every few months they get together and do each other's shows. You know what I mean?
Once a month.
There's a little more mystique to it now when they do it.
Unless it was a full-time thing with those two and Sam.
That'd be fun.
I'm in on that.
Yeah, E-Rock producing.
Oh my god, just do the show without Opie.
E-Rock and Travis and Troy produce.
That's fucking incredible.
This thing on and hear about that scumbag. Absolutely glorious. Because when I'm not doing this, guess what? It's barely a thought. But I highly doubt it. I mean, that would be crazy unless they have bigger plans and they're holding them. They're like, look,
what gives you that idea, Opie? The fact that week 1 they syndicated them, week 2 they extended the show.
Judging by the chart, it could have legitimately just exploded way more than they thought it was gonna.
Honestly, I didn't even really think of it, which is actually stupid of me. It might just be in their best interest to do that from a podcast. But like, just for the podcast, that might be worth it to them.
Yeah,
if they're selling it correctly.
Yeah, because you can't get Cumia really unless you pay.
Right.
So it's pretty smart.
Yeah.
For a 2-hour show on a Sunday night, I strongly doubt it unless it's part of a bigger plan. Here, we'll give you some money now as we try to figure out more hours for you. Maybe that's it. But no offense, I mean, $150,000 a year. I know I got to make more than that.
Okay, so this is great.
Keep all the.
There's no way, Anthony. That's an astronomical number that there's no way Anthony is making. I don't believe it. Also, it's not nearly enough money to be worth him doing. Which is it, Opie? Is it the craziest number you've ever heard that's impossible that he's making? Or is it nowhere near the amount that you would even sneeze at?
The thing is, too, it's like he's doing the show from his office in his house.
Well, yeah, Opie's acting. He's like, oh, it's only 2 hours a week. There's no way they're paying him $150,000. The nice thing about it being 2 hours a week is he can do that for $150,000 and then make whatever money he makes with Gavin McGinnis the rest of the week.
Right.
You know?
Make more than that. I got to make more than that to keep all the balls, juggling, all the plates spinning. So
you're making $0, you jackass. You're making no money. This is a man who minutes ago we heard go, ooh, is that a super chat? He was giddy when he saw a blue fucking chat come through his screen. Yay, super chat. And now he's poo-pooing $150,000. I hope he doesn't get out of bed for less than $200.
That's right.
But he's making no money on this show. How does it make any sense? Opie is saying, like, for me to work, I need to be making way more than $150,000. So what I do is I don't work at all.
Smart.
$150,000 is nowhere what I need to, make my nut to keep the lights on. So what I do is I make $0.
Yeah. Real quick, dang lizard, 2 pounds. Kreger's into the U2 so much he's got Bono sunglasses. All right.
Is that right?
That's right. And Rock Orb 2002, $10. You know who probably cares about Cumia making $150,000 per year? Opie's wife. She might be pestering him about getting a job to pay the bills for those dwellings. She's probably the one doing the books.
You don't understand. $150,000 is nothing. No, nothing is nothing. What you're making now is literally nothing. $150,000 is something.
That's right.
It might not be enough to pay off your mortgage tomorrow, but it's more than $0, you see?
Yeah. People don't understand how much money Opie has. He does not need to do this.
But does he? Because the way he's talking is like he's running out of money. You do have to remember, he has a Manhattan apartment.
Mm-hmm.
He has a house in the Hamptons.
He probably paid them both in full.
He has 2 kids in private school.
That's true.
That will be going to college soon. His wife, to my knowledge, doesn't work. Like, he has expenses.
No, I know, but he
hasn't worked in 10 years.
I saw they made like between 15 and 20 million. Like, they're fine.
Probably so. But that's to say they're fine is to know how good they were with their money and all that.
Well,
You know what
Opie,
I mean? Like, I have no idea.
Opie, from what we can see, seems to be more frugal than Anthony, who's buying like T-Rex mannequins.
Dinosaurs, yeah.
Yeah.
Paying Gino Bisconti $50,000 a year to drink with him.
Right.
Yeah.
Next is him talking about cursing.
I just thought this was interesting. It's off topic, but people have. Well, I guess it's a little on topic because people say that Opie doesn't curse anymore, so he can get a radio gig.
I was going to say this is him trying out for WABC.
Yeah, he wants to show he has that muscle, but it won't be for a penny less than $151,000.
Be great because it seems like their hate for each other is ramped up recently again. So what if it was just like we're gonna be like, by God, that's Stone Cold's music, and Opie and Anthony are on WABC, and there's
it'd be great if Opie was on the liberal equivalent, whatever that is.
It's just a publicity stunt to make their show even bigger.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, Opie's not cursing anymore, so this is him addressing that. Now, for whatever, if I just today stopped cursing.
Mm-hmm.
And made it like said gosh darn instead of god damn, and people questioned me on it. Maybe I would avoid it, I guess, if I was embarrassed by it. But I'll tell you what I wouldn't do. If I got the question, I wouldn't go, "Why are you asking me about that? Why are you asking me that? It's just a massive change in how I present myself. Why are you asking me?" That would be an insane way to behave. But let's see how Opie handles it.
Why? I explained it, Chris. I don't have time for nonsense. I explained this.
He sounds like he's sick.
The social media platform.
He is actually.
They have they have all sorts of rules. So if you need me to say fuck or shit, is that what you need?
Whoa.
but I try to keep it a little cleaner because social media has insane rules, and you never know when
It's just not true.
you. So I'm trying to be
Depends
careful.
on how
Are you
quick
okay
into
with
the
that,
stream
Chris?
it is.
Shit, piss, cum, fuck.
Well,
cunt.
we're past the first 10 minutes.
So is he. He's just lying.
He's lying.
Something.
Holy fuck,
They
he's
have
holding a
ridiculous
microphone.
rules. That's why when I was telling the story about the teacher coming in with the illness that shut down the world, I literally can't say the word because
COVID.
they're really sensitive about that
COVID?
word.
It's not 2021,
I
Opie.
got knocked off my live stream one
just
time for a
lying.
month for literally talking about the thing that shut down the world.
That
5 years
it
ago.
That's why I
happened
do it. Are
4
you
years
okay
ago.
with that? You guys are fucking weird, man. Like you're a bunch of weirdos.
Did you hear-
Why are we weird?
He goes, "You guys are fucking weird."
Oh, why are we so fucking weird, Ope? And by the way, that might be a person that didn't even think you'd read that. You know what I mean? That's just like, hey, why don't you curse anymore? You don't have to answer that if you think it's that weird. But that is a normal question for a show that was as raunchy and vulgar as Opie and Anthony. To be like, I notice you say poopy instead of shit now. Why is that? I don't think that's weird of that guy.
No.
I'll focus on the cool people because there's a lot of weird fucking people out there. And what the hell was I just talking about?
Yeah.
The Rangers in my
Yeah, they're weird. They're the kind of people that would go onto a radio show's Facebook page and be like, I hope you slip in a puddle of AIDS, you dumb bitch. They are. I wonder who would have provoked them to be that way. You know? I wonder who cultivated that type of an audience for decades. That is weird. Certainly, you know, the type of humor that is like stomping on a homeless guy's cake or, you know, like smashing a guy's toothpick model because you don't have any actual jokes to make about it.
Tearing someone's book while you interview them.
Yeah. Tearing a book and pissing on it while you talk to fucking Tucker Max or whoever.
That was a funny bit, I'll say.
Sure, it was. But then to be like, why are you so weird? Why are you weird that you want me to be like that? Well, you cultivated this audience, you jackass.
one of the reasons why I didn't start drinking coffee until I was well into my 20s was early 20s was because my parents had stupid instant coffee at home. I remember.
I forgot. I left that in intentionally because
who cares?
Like, you're so weird. Why are you being so weird, making me talk about that stuff? And then he's like, all right, let me get back to what I want to talk about. I mean, this instant coffee. It is the tops.
Yeah. Tops. This is the last one. It's Opie's nut.
Oh, this is more about what Opie has to make. So he explains, but it's crazy.
Yeah.
He loves, like, I wasn't joking about the, like, is a hot dog a sandwich? Like, that's the type of shit Opie likes talking about because it's mindless. You know what I mean? Like, hey, instant coffee isn't as good as Nespresso. What do you call in with your thoughts?
You think I'm going to drink that shit on my radio show?
And they made fun of that for 20 fucking years. And now he just is that guy. He's Scorch. A bunch of people pointed out he's Scorch.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is more Opie expanding on what he needs. This is a man explaining why it's better to make $0 than $150,000.
Or have to resort to marrying a dude to get more listeners to his radio show. Oh, bye. Literally, I think we're going to go back to being sick because that's the only way I can avoid this stupid Anthony garbage.
No, I got another way. Hold on. I know you're a pro, Opie. You've been doing this since you were 18. I got a way. And it's a lesson maybe you have to be disabled to learn, but I could teach it to you, you normies, you sighted folk, you seers. What I do during the show, I have no fucking idea. I don't even know if we're live. I don't know if the chat is on. I don't know anything it's doing.
It's true. I don't say we are live anymore.
Right. I have no fucking idea if we're even on. And that's because I'm not looking at it. Now, I'm at an advantage in that way because I can't. God has stricken me with an inability to look at the chat. But if you employed these methods, Opie, if you didn't obsess over the chat and maybe you prepared some material to discuss, even if you want to talk about Anthony, which it seems like you do, listen to the show, bring in clips that you can play, or have your own topics, and don't force the chat. Read a chat right now, Craig. Pick one, anyone, doesn't matter.
Let's see. Sam Bibley, I miss Brendan Schaub.
So that, if I listen to Sam Bibley, I'd have to go back 20 minutes. And I love Sam Bibley as much as the next. Sam Bibley is a great contributor to this program, but I can't be beholden to what Sam Bibley is talking about. Do you understand, Opie?
That's right. And Boxing Dad got a new couch.
That I actually am interested in.
What kind? Is it a sectional, cushiony, firm? What we got?
Side note, speaking of which, I will be scratching an itch tomorrow night.
Okay.
Me and Brando will be discussing the 1993 Orlando Magic.
Oh, God.
So finally I can get out. Oh, it's been eating me up inside. So finally I can talk about it.
Oh, my God.
So that's tomorrow night.
Tonight. Let's continue.
Yes.
For a week. Last time we did a live stream was a week ago. All right. I just wanted to turn this thing on and say hi through and through. Opie, your impression worth $151,000 a year. All right, thanks. I guess the thing with the haters is to rub it in my face that Anthony could be making $150,000.
Ooh, he's learning.
Yeah. I guess the thing with the haters is that like they hate me and they say hateful things.
Wow, he's learning.
Very good, Ope. The cunts on social media are cunty towards you. Yes. But not even like that's too harsh even to say, because some of them are just fucking around. Some of them don't hate Opie. They just think it's funny.
Box Eating Dad sent me a photo of his couch. It's quite nice.
Really?
Yeah.
How much you run them though?
I'm gonna guess $14.99.
Whoa. Box Eating Dad, send us some figures. If you got a $1,500 couch, you know. We got a goal to hit, is all I'm saying. You know, fork some of that money over.
I got one when I moved. I had to.
$1,500 for a couch. That's what they're going for these days.
I believe it was.
I got mine. Jordan's Furniture. $7 and change, I think.
Oh, did you go to couch? You go to that room that had nice stuff, but they're like, we're not making them anymore.
I think I went on tax-free weekend.
Oh,
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I went to Bob's Discount Furniture.
We're doing it. We're actually doing it. God damn it. Opie, I'm sorry. It's easy to get sucked in by the chat.
Yeah, we're talking couches.
This is why I don't look at it. You see? This would be the couch hour if I looked at this goddamn thing.
Yeah, he said, look at the tag. I'm not zooming in on the phone.
All right, just go back to Opie.
I would assume he has some of the same worries. I know if I go back to radio, I literally could not sign a contract for $150,000 a year, and you might laugh at that.
Yes,
I'm clearly not making that now, but I need a certain number to keep everything going. And
Opie,
get that done.
I don't understand the math here.
This is crazy.
You're not making that now, but you can't make. I can't even say it right. You have to make more than that, but you're making significantly less. You're making a factor of 0 now. If you multiplied Anthony's salary times 0, it's what you're making.
Yeah.
And yet you couldn't be bothered to roll out of bed for that much. But that's the other thing. Anthony does this from his house, to my knowledge, right? I know he's flying to New York to do it, but like I think typically he does it from his house. It's 2 or now 3 hours a night, including commercials, by the way. So barely that even.
Right.
Like it's a breeze. He has fun doing it. I think the main thing is Opie does not have fun broadcasting. It's a chore to him. And even though he's been doing it since he's 18, it's, like any other job. If you were an accountant, you probably feel the same way about your job,
Right.
So it's not, it's really not impressive. It's better than what I'm doing, but it's not impressive. So keep rubbing it.
Hilarious take.
I guess maybe it'll hurt eventually. I don't know.
You do it every day. He does it one night a week.
By the way, it's not impressive that the guy who got fired for racial tweets 10 years ago and then ramped it up over the last decade got a job back in terrestrial radio? That's not a little impressive?
With ABC, no less.
No matter what you think of him, that's not a little like, holy shit, he did it. By the way, I don't think WABC is like ABC. Just to clarify that.
Well, it's.
I don't think he's property of Disney. That would be pretty crazy.
I'm pretty sure it is, isn't it?
I don't think so. No.
It used to be. Maybe not.
Maybe that's how it got the name, but no, not anymore. That'd be wild if it was a Disney employee.
Gina Carano gets fired, and they're like, "Let's bring on Cumia."
Yeah. Is that it from the Opster?
Yeah, we got some super chats here. Don Fried Chicken, $10. Here we go. Craig licks his lips and lowers his sunglasses whenever the Baldwin kids are on screen. It's very distracting. Also, the Opie voice impressions never get old.
Yeah, I'm not going to point out that Craig basically demanded I make fun of him when he kept pointing out to me that Eduardo was shirtless.
He was. It looked like he just was.
He's begging me to make those jokes, and I'm like, I don't want to do it.
He works to the point of exhaustion.
I know, the poor little fella.
Associate producer Ralph, $2.79. Couch versus sofa. ... Riff.
Well, what is the difference actually?
In my mind, a couch could be a sectional, and a sofa is like 2 or 3 seats.
See, I've always thought it was just more regional. Like a sofa is what some people call a couch. I thought they were the same thing.
It could be it. That could be it. Prairie Judge, $2. Craig buys all his furniture from Bob's Pit.
Is that right?
No.
What's wrong with that? Oh, that's the damaged goods?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I did not.
Well, it's good to take that very seriously.
I didn't, you piece of
You should
shit.
do a show with Opie.
You dumb motherfucker. Why would I talk about this on the show?
Opie, this guy's saying you got a job at WABC. That's not you, though, is it?
Mark Atkinson with the best point, though, is sofa just sounds more comfortable.
Sofa does sound more comfortable. Couch sounds more formal.
It does.
Yeah.
It's like, don't play on the couch. Go take a nap.
A couch is stiffer, I think.
Yeah.
A sofa's for lounging. Really, you sink into a sofa.
Sofa's like that double wide, Take a nap.
Yeah.
Go to blindmike.net for everything Blind Mike. Look at me. I did it. Kragers did it.